In your testimony, you stated that some foreign senior U.S. government officials have become registered agents for the Beijing regime and its CCP-controlled business interests in the U.S., which is extremely concerning. Would you like to elaborate a little bit further on that, give us some explanation on that?
Yes. As I said, China is very keen on cultivating proxies. They normally use the people of previous administration positions. Normally, for the American, it's just a business opportunity, but for them, it's one of the ways to carry their message over there.
So let me interrupt just a second here. So what's the genesis behind doing this? What motivates an individual who is an American citizen, I assume?
That's right.
Is it money? Obviously, they don't understand perhaps the threat that China poses for whatever they're trying to do, or are they just naive, or have they been turned to become Chinese supporters?
No, they are going to convey the message that's very sophisticated and subtle that the average people is hard to decipher. For example, one of the things those China brokers would bring back from Beijing to the America public debate always say the U.S.-China relationship is the most important bilateral relationship in a century. The reason the Chinese government wants you to believe that is because the Chinese government want the world to believe all that matters in the world is China versus the United States. While in fact, it's China versus the rest of the world. That's a very subtle message to convey. So that's why China focuses on the United States, blame the United States for everything that's going wrong in the bilateral relationship. Forget the fact that virtually everybody in Asia Pacific has a China problem. Look at China's neighbors. Everybody is afraid of them.
Well, that's what concerns me, is that everybody else can see that that they are bad actors out here in the world. Yet how can some of our own people, unless they've turned against us, be willing to be advocates for and basically mercenaries for the Chinese government?
That's right. Many of the people come back the message with this, the central theme that China is a normal country just like everybody else. We forget some of the three major fundamental realities about China we don't normally mention. One, China is profoundly a non-market economy.
And I assume they are very
Number two,
big.
China is a communist country. So a lot of people try to sort of downgrade the degree to which China is a communist country ruled by one party. Number three, China has a global ambition for dominance. So those people bring the message from Chinese leadership and say, oh, we're just a victim of 100 years of humiliation, that sort of thing. So that's why it's very dangerous for them.